Good morning to you all. This is Dominic again with another one of your video travel vlogs. As you can see, I am outside the Kingston Trailway Station, going yet for my next adventure. This will be the last trip that I do for the year. It is that Christmas season. As you can see, this parking lot is all empty. How are you going to tell me to get here? The ticket literally says to wait for the bus around 6:30, and yet the office is not even open. And it is frigid cold out here. I'm talking like it's mad brick outside. Like literally, it's a ton of bricks. Like this ground literally looks like dry crack lips. You're talking about 17-degree weather. And they're going to have me wait outside in the cold just for the bus. I'm the only person that's out here. Crazy, ain't it, right? Well, fingers crossed, and let's see how this works. Well, folks, here I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is my very first time here in this area. As I mentioned previously, this will be my last big trip for the year. I'm just kind of getting acquainted with the city here. We're in Pennsylvania, guys. Look at that. That's where I was just coming from. I was right at the Greyhound terminal. So I'm walking around to view a couple of attractions here. I'm going to be on my way to a museum. There's a museum around here. It's called the Museum of American Revolution. I just got to find the street for it. And maybe stop at a couple of places. There's also a Christmas hall here in this area, so I'm going to be looking for that too. So again, here I am in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania here. This is the central part of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My hands are cold. It is still cold here. Temperatures have not changed. Right now I'm on my way to this place called the Museum of American Revolution. This city has historical, rich history here. And I'm not a big history person, but this is where the Philadelphia Convention of 1787 took place between the presidents when they did the Declaration of Independence. This is just my brief understanding of it. So this city does have some rich history here, as I said before. Waiting for the lights to turn green so I could go on the crosswalk. Here are the shopping attractions here. The bus terminal is right over there. There's the train station. There's SEPTA. SEPTA stands for Southeastern Pennsylvania Transportation Authority. Here. They have a 7-Eleven here. Got a winery place over here. I have to walk a couple of blocks, so it should take me about 15 minutes. And to think, here I started off the year with a day in Central Park and at the Wildrow Skating Park, the beginning of 2019. And here I finish off. Normally I would go over to Rockefeller Center every year in Manhattan to go commemorate the Christmas festivities, but I decided to do something different. I've been going to Rockefeller Center for the past 3 years, but this year especially I'm going to do things a little bit differently. So I decided to come here. There's this place in City Hall, it's called the Christmas Hall. It's where they have a bunch of stores and attractions, and that's where the Christmas tree is. I'm gonna go check that out and see how that is. Take a couple of pictures so you guys can see for yourselves, and fill you in for the next time I do come back to visit. I just had to point this out here. Look over there, guys. It's the National Constitution Center. And what do you know? There's the preamble of the Constitution. It's a little blurry, I apologize. Again, I'm not a big history person, but I just had to point that out. This is the kind of stuff that they teach us in history class. Moving along. Hey everyone, so as I said before, I had the opportunity to be in the Philadelphia area in Pennsylvania, and I was able to tour the attractions that were down there. I had the opportunity to go over to this museum. It's called the Museum of American Revolution. Now it's important to note that these pictures that you see right here are not in any particular order. You can see the picture that I have right there with my fingers pointing towards me. This is pretty much a brief slideshow of going through the exhibitions. This pretty much talks about the Constitution and how it was written during the Declaration of Independence in 1776. I go over the exhibitions. You see a lot of pictures that were taking place. You see the horses. You see all a bunch of stuff. You see the pirates, the ships. This portrays pretty much a story. It's all a matter of how you take from this exhibition. Now, as I may have reiterated before, I'm not a big history major, but as I said before, as you see these pictures, these are pretty much things that we should have learned in middle school and high school about U.S. history and government, pretty much talking about the American Revolution. As we go on, we see pictures of figures. There's people in the background. There's a tourist. Talks a brief story about the select portraits of people, those that served in the war during the American Revolution. As you go on a little bit later in this video, as you see these pictures and these slideshows, I went over to this exhibition, and it talks about a story about this young man. His name is Richard St. George, and he's an Irish soldier. He actually fought with the British. He graduated this college called the Trinity College, which is somewhere in Pennsylvania, I believe. I think that's where it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's where he graduated college, and he graduated with the Bachelor of Arts in 1775 at a young age. He was about maybe 20 or 21 years old. Excuse me, I do apologize. Trinity College was actually in England, not in Pennsylvania. I do apologize. Part of my mistake there. But yeah, as you see all these pictures here, pretty much talks about more about the American Revolution. I only had about I was on a time constraint basically. I spent no more than 3 hours. It was a really big museum, so I try to read as much information and try to gather as much that I've learned at that museum as possible. And you see that statue right there. Yep, it's just going on. Yep, this is the exhibition that I was talking about. This is where we went over to read about Richard St. George, pretty much talking about his life story and how he pretty much got involved in the American Revolution in 1775. Talks about the contrast, the age of the revolution, stuff that you're seeing right here. All of these are pictures. It's a depiction of his life. He started out very young, and then sometime later, he got married to a woman named Anne Stephanie. That's his name. He got married in 1788, and his wife died in 1792. Richard St. George died in 1798 as a result of an altercation that took place. He was killed basically by people from his own country in 1798. As the story goes on, I'm gonna stop talking now and let you guys finish watching the rest of this video. But that pretty much sums up my visit at the Museum of American Revolution. And I hope you'll enjoy the rest of this. So Philadelphia is not just known for its rich city and its rich history, but it's also known for, yep, you guessed it, this is what I came here for. This was my intended purpose, to come here to try out their cheesesteaks. And no, unfortunately, I had to literally walk 18 minutes from my last destination. I was just coming from the American Museum of American Revolution. On my way here, I was intending to take the train, but the only issue with that was, one, the telemarketer, the conductor that works in the front desk seemed very unapproachable. Two, the subway system was very filthy. So with that, I had to literally walk 18 minutes. It's 18 blocks to and from. So that's pretty much that. This is what I come here for. Look at this. Oh, I'm about to bite into this. This is why I came to Philadelphia. I'm gonna give this a shot, y'all. Well, here it is, folks, the moment of truth. I am at Christmas Hall here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I believe this is where all the attractions are. You have a food truck over there. There's a bunch of stores around here looking at these bright lights, this Christmas tree. Something different, you know. I went to Rockefeller Center before, but I think this beats it. And I know my phone doesn't have that much battery power, but you know what? That's okay, because look here. I got this thing in my bag because I knew it was going to come down to it. Hold on one second. I know this might not matter to some of you, but hold on, it's buried. It's in here, I promise. It's buried under the mist of books and items. There it is. See this thing right here? This is a wireless charger. This is something that my brother gave to me. You basically plug it up to your phone and it acts as a wireless charger. You don't need access to an outlet. You just plug it up and it charges your phone. It works pretty swiftly. So here I stand again at Christmas Hall here at Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Look at these bright lights behind me. Oh yeah. I know it's not everything, but I figure I want to do something different this time of year. So, as stated earlier, this will be my last official big trip for the year, up until next year. Started out at a day in Central Park, and it ends right here in Philadelphia. That's my 2019 year in review. Soaking all of this. Alright, well I'm going to get to walking and check out some more stores. I'll catch you guys soon. Well, I stand corrected, folks. This is Christmas Hall. Look at this right here, guys. There's the tree. Okay. So this is where the action is at. So that's the tree, huh? Look at that. What do we have here? And it's a carnival. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to look at all this, guys. Oh my goodness, look, they got a marching band. Look at that. That's it, everybody. So please be on the lookout for all of my future vlogs in the future, coming in 2020. Hopefully you'll see some more of my travel video vlogs on YouTube.